Hello, this is Stephanie Ellis, the Executive Director of Behavioral Health Crisis Intervention and Student Safety for Rockingham County Schools. Thank you so much for listening today, and I wanted to talk with you about how Rockingham County Schools engaged in our social emotional learning curriculum and our selection process for that, in hopes that maybe this helps you in your efforts in engaging in that curriculum selection. Rockingham County Schools has engaged in social emotional learning in a variety of ways, and we've done that over the past several years as we've scaled up our MTSS implementation, and also with our positive behavior intervention and support implementation that we've done for over 15 years. And so, however, we wanted to do this really in a more systematic way, as we are now currently looking at engaging scaling up our mental health services and really looking at a systematic way to ensure that our students, all from pre-K all the way through 12th grade, receive social emotional learning supports within the classroom. And so when we look at that, one of the things that we talked about was what is the definition, that we believe in regarding social emotional learning. And so we did a lot of research, obviously, on this, and we really subscribe to this definition that's aligned with the CASEL model. And it's just that social emotional learning is the process through which children and adults understand and manage emotions, set and achieve positive goals, feel and show empathy for others, and establish and maintain positive relationships and make responsible decisions. So in Rockingham County Schools, we formed a group that was made up of many individuals from support services, many of our specialized instructional support personnel, school psychologists, school counselors, social workers, our behavioral health specialists, and then also some of our individuals from curriculum also joined us. And so that diverse group really came together and agreed this is a definition that we agree upon when we're talking about social emotional learning. The other thing that we did in Rockingham County Schools is we really felt like these 5 areas that are aligned with CASEL really show us that that this is a widely used framework, but that these 5 core competencies are areas that whatever curriculum we chose, that we wanted to make sure our curriculum aligned with these 5 areas. So when you dive into that even deeper and we look at self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, relationship skills, responsible decision making, all of those areas, are areas that are really important for kids developmentally to engage in preschool through 12th grade. So we really took some time as a group to talk about what we believe self-awareness was, what self-management, all of those 5 areas, and what that looked like in Rockingham County Schools. And we narrowed it down to 3 goals. So we took those 5 CASEL competencies and said, these are the 3 goals for Rockingham County Schools that we want our students pre-K through 12th grade to engage in. And so goal 1 is we want them to develop self-awareness, self-management skills to achieve school and life success. Goal 2 is using social awareness and interpersonal skills to establish positive relationships. And then goal 3, demonstrate decision-making skills and responsible behaviors in personal, school, and community contexts. And so with that, we really utilize 2 resources. One is selecting evidence-based programs, mental health promotion and youth violence prevention, but then also the CASEL Guide for Effective Social Emotional Learning Programs. Both of these guides really helped us in our selection for our curriculum. And so especially the CASEL Guide has a great deal of programs that are already listed there for you with a lot of research-based information. And between the 2 resources, we were able to really narrow down our top selection of about 5 or so that we wanted to review more in depth. And then the evidence-based program guide really helped us in framing the mindset of how we were going to make this selection. And so that team that I talked to you about was support services, specialized instructional support personnel, school psychs, school counselors, social workers, behavioral health specialists, and then also our curriculum partners and overall instructional support personnel group. That whole group actually participated, and I hosted a vendor fair within our district. As I said, we narrowed it down to 5 different programs that we really wanted to dive in deeper and learn more about. And so with that, at that vendor fair, we invited all of those individuals to kind of either show in person, or they could call in and Skype in through, through Google Hangout or through a GoToMeeting, something of that sort. And I created a social emotional rubric for us to use as we listened to those individuals that we had narrowed down from the tools that I just shared with you. So the rubric is really set up on by curriculum features, SEL evidence-based information, relevance and replications, training and implementation supports, equitable and evidence of personalized learning, sustainability, and then of course we had to consider cost. So this is what our rubric actually looked like, and so we completed this in July. And that curriculum, what we used, this is sort of the first area where we looked at curriculum features, and we looked at, did the information that we were listening to from those vendors, did it align, with our core CASEL features that we talked about, those goals that I just shared with you? Did they provide lesson plans? Is it easy to understand? And then for each of you can see in the column where there is an area of focus, a required feature, and evidence that they had to provide in their information to us. And then was it included, yes or no, and a little bit of room for notes. And then we gave a score. And the score basically was just for overall quality rating. 0 was poor or NA, 1 was good, and 2 was excellent. So you can kind of see how we related the curriculum features area of the rubric. The next part of the rubric, we looked at evidence-based information, training and implementation supports, and then equitable and evidence of personalized learning. So you can again see those columns of area of focus, required feature, evidence to provide it, information included, and the overall feature or rating. And for the evidence-based, we wanted to know, were research-based outcomes available? Were they aligned with the needs of the population? Did they provide universal supports for whole school across different grade levels? For training, were training supports available? How would staff be trained? Were we able to be trained the trainers so we could build sustainability for implementation? And then also for equitable and evidence use of personalized learning, was the content culturally responsive? Did it incorporate aspects of UDL or differentiation throughout the curriculum for the SEL curriculum? And so those are some examples of what you can see that we use to base our decision. And then lastly, we looked at sustainability. Is this possible for multiple schools to implement this over time? And then also, obviously, was it fiscally responsible? Is this something we could sustain cost-wise as well? So we felt like this rubric really helped us in our selection. We went through all of the programs and asked a lot of questions. This rubric also, we felt, helped us ask the right questions, and we provided this ahead of time to the vendors so that they would know what our expectations were of what we wanted to hear. And that was also helpful in that it focused their presentation for us to really give information that was really useful in making our decision. And then afterwards, we tallied everything up and spent some time talking about what our selection was and why. And then we were able to move forward, and we felt really confident with our decision. So I hope what I've shared with you today has been helpful. Again, this is my email address, slellis@rock.k12.nc.us. That's a phone number at my office, and then also Twitter account. And so I would love, if you have any questions or if I can be of any assistance for you guys, let me know. And I hope this information was helpful in your pursuit of a social emotional curriculum for your school or school district. Thank you so much, and have a great day.